Yep, couldn't sleep. Plus, I have to wake up my dad in an hour, so I just wanted to get something out of the way. And I really wanted this animation thing to work out, so I just want to see how it works. So I'm trying to just get this part out. I actually wanted to get that game done today. Yesterday, I mean, but it's so frustrating. So yeah, I couldn't sleep for the death of me. Oh, you went into the fishing world? That's the fishing world with the lighthouse. I think it's the lighthouse. Hey, you know what's going on? Secret. It's like a C-shaped lake and a secret pipe. I'm thinking. I'm kind of wondering, like, is it the same? Well, then again, I haven't done no world hopping in a long time since Ari left, so that was like 8 months ago, or 9. So maybe we should do some world hopping. That'd be fun. I don't know. I'm not totally sure if I should stream that though. Well, not open mic because too many crazies out there trying to say insane things. So I don't know. Here. So the arm is going to be right here. Like, based on what I'm seeing on the reference, I have to make sure that the arm is not too wide. It is a lady. It is a woman, so the arm's going to be a lot more smaller. Let me see. Probably try using the radios with all their Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's that's the one thing with that's the one thing with most of VR chat. It really focuses a lot on the lo-fi stuff. You can put like your own playlists and the YouTube stuff, but sometimes it's a hit or miss. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Other times, if it does work, it just has its glitches and problems. So, and if it's, I think if it's like universal and public, everyone can hear it. I think, if I remember right. It's been a while since I've been on VR chat, so I don't know what changes they've made because I know they made some major changes on certain things, but especially when it comes to the free drone that everyone has. I think there's a drone, you can use a drone that's in your settings somewhere. Never used it yet, and I don't think I ever will, to be honest. But yeah. No, probably try using the radios, but like it's not gonna lie to you, like yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. Like I don't see like what's the benefit for me to make a new account just to be on VR chat specifically. I think it just makes it easier for them to control you. What's up, man? What's going on, bro? Um, I think that's what that is. I think. I don't know. I don't know what's the benefit per se, but honestly, I was really thinking of like, if I were to go back to VR chat and do more VR stuff, I think I would buy a new headset. And I would like to buy that headset that's like really, really small that can fit in your pocket, not the headset like the Oculus that I have. I would get that instead because there's a headset. I don't know how much it costs now. I think it's like 200 something, but I probably would have gotten that instead because it's just more convenient. I hate setting up, putting on the headset and stuff, especially if I haven't touched it in a while. It just feels like a giant headache. I know I can just use the PC, but it's not the same because it's like once you start using the headset, you don't want to use the PC. Hmm. I kind of wonder how you sell, like how you get clients on VR chat anyway. I should look up some YouTube videos on that. How you get clients for like work. I'm pretty sure there's a way. I just don't know. I gotta figure that one out. I'm pretty sure there's a way. Because I noticed that the VTubers there are making mad money on that shit because they'll have like their little, I don't know, their like digital conventions or some shit. And then they'll have like people buy from the website through VR chat onto the website. It's kind of crazy how things are like changing in that way. You know, it's kind of crazy. I would, but like, I know for a fact if I were to download Blender, I know that's gonna just totally just ass fuck my entire computer. Memory wise, I'm saying. I don't know about GPU or RAM or anything about that, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna like eat so much goddamn memory. It's crazy. I know for a fact that shit's gonna be big. Uh, the lag is supposed to be. Okay, a funny thing playing a fight simulator. Oh my god, I've heard that before, where people will do like a flight simulator or play a simulator type game. I think I think it's like the ones from like Microsoft as Flight Simulator like 2024. If you were to run that shit on your computer that is not like optimized for that shit, that thing will it'll be on the heat. It will be a microwave. Shit. Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, CT. Welcome back. How you going, man? Oh, okay. Not much. Just doing my thing. Just trying to figure it out. Trying to keep this consistent between the movement of the sword being swung. So I'm hoping I'm getting this right. Yeah, trying to get this animation right for the sword. So the neck is going to be about here. I think, like about here. We won't be seeing any of the neck actually here because the shoulders are more up. Right, no. The angle is that the shoulders are down. Alright, let's see. Get the shoulders more down. that. And the head will come down more here. Hopefully it'll go well for you. Because right now I'm trying to figure out how to do this. So I can make some actual entertaining videos instead of making a bunch of animatics. I think this will be a lot more effective. I think if I jump into the hard stuff and make it more of a, like if I jump into the literal hard stuff and just bear it for a while, doing the easier stuff will be like a breeze. I think that will work out just fine. Yeah. There you go. I like to curve it about here. I'm just gonna be clear, I'm not gonna be on for long. I'm only on for like, I'll say about an hour per se. Because I'm just waiting to wake up my father because he needs to get up early for something. And he asked me to wake him. So I was like, okay. I was gonna be up anyway, so I don't think I'll be on long. Only till like 7. It's only 6:27. So I'm trying to move as fast as possible with the time. Hey, what's up, bro? I think the butt's too big. I think we gotta push it back in. It doesn't look that natural. We gotta fix it. Did you? Thank you. I gotcha, bro. Thank you, CT, for watching, though. I appreciate it, bro. I really do. Thanks. Good artist, thank you. Okay, this has to be 4. We're doing an animation with this anime girl trying to swing a giant sword. So I'm trying to make it work based on this study I'm trying to learn. But I have to get it right. And I think the angle is completely off. And I don't want it deforming as she's moving. Getting this angle is kind of... I should have put on the horizon line and everything. Probably would have made things more easier. Should have did that first before anything. I think that's the first thing you should always establish before you start doing the drawing stuff. Get the background stuff done out of the way, and then you can just put the character in whenever the fuck you need it to. That'll save so much time. Okay. The shoulder. Okay, so erase this part. This part is where the problem's coming in. Okay, so the wrapping here doesn't make sense. So we have to fix this. Uh-oh. Did you you got hopped up, bro. Sorry about that. Wait, is this the neck that way? This was the neck here. So if I have the neck of the slant like this... Okay. Are you such a Hey, what's going on? I'm trying to do a study on some animation, on movement, and trying to keep it consistent. So I'm doing a frame by frame type drawing, and then when I'm done, I'm going to import them into Rough Sketch Animator and then see how it's going to turn out. I'll make whatever adjustments I need to it so it'll be better. It's a study I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to learn how to do animation a little bit. The goal is to make at least 10-second to 20-second, or even I'll say 5 to 10-second videos for TikTok and Instagram. It's okay. You're perfect. Hey, Lyra, what's going on? It's okay. You're perfectly fine. Yeah. How come? I didn't do nothing. Oh, yes. Yes. You're right, Mike. She did mention stomach pain. Are you okay? I forgot. How are you feeling? Thank God to Mike's quick thinking. I didn't even remember that. Okay. Not better, huh? Not better, but not worse, right? No difference to that. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, this is definitely an insane anime I have seen. Why did I listen to him tell me to watch this? I don't know what the fuck. Is this? Oh my god, the early 2000s, late 2010s. I mean, early 2010s was wild. What the fuck? Hey, bro, what's going on? I'm going to something I comic. Do you want to see it? Uh, I'm pretty good about. I'm too busy with this right now for me to look at anything. I got 20 minutes. But thanks though. I appreciate it. Pretty much, I appreciate it, bro. Thanks though. You're not gonna go? Well, you need to go if you want to get better. Pretty much. I'm trying to get this placement in. Couldn't sleep and I have to wake up my dad for something. He wanted me to wake him up at 7. It's 6:47. 6:47. The second time. The goose chicken. You're allowed to eat the food at the KFC that you work at? They allow you to do that? I thought that was like against policy or some shit. Huh, that's weird. Okay. Okay. Shit. I don't think that's right. Just keep it as a dummy for now. What are pays? Huh? No, they give us the chicken at the end of the month. Oh, okay. Is Mr. Blue Mike still online? Yeah, he's still here. He was talking earlier. Mikey, Laura wants you. She needs your assistance or something. Yeah, Laura's looking for you. How is this correct within this? Drawing L's again? No. Oh wait, is that what you're drawing? You're drawing L's? Why you ask that question? Well, you don't have to worry about drawing the ears correctly. That's cool. Cool. This part. Let's see. Right now it's Gotcha Kudo. I would say. Let's see. Alexa. Let's see here. Lag is a little bit too. Me? I'm 30. Let's see here. Let's see. I don't think that looks correct. I think this here is looking too straight. Yep. We have a policy not to ask other people's ages. It's kind of rude. We try not to have that because YouTube and Instagram gets mad when people do that. It causes problems. I don't mind answering because I'm the host, but like, 9 times out of 10. No, it's fine. You're perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. The leg feels a little off. I think it needs to be a little bit more in. Alright, that's enough asking about ages now. Okay, let's see here. Yes, please don't. It causes issues and it goes against policies. Let's see here. I think the... Okay. So. Okay. That's fine. I don't play that. I never have, and I don't think I ever will. Because, like, I don't know, when I look at Roblox, it just doesn't appeal to me, and it's not for me. I know that I think adults play it, but it's just not for me. It's not for me. That's for kids. For me, when I look at it, it looks like it's for kids, to be honest. It just never appealed to me to play it. I thought it was meant for kids. When I found out that adults are playing it, I was kind of shocked. I kind of look at it as like kids VR chat to a degree. And given what's been going on at Roblox, it's kind of surprising. I think this looks good. No attack on you or anything like that, because if you like Roblox, that's fine. It's just for me, it just looks like it's for kids. Kind of like how I look at Nintendo. I just look at Nintendo as mainly for kids, mainly. It doesn't feel like it's for like adults, but like it's for more like Nintendo adults, to be honest. I'm more of a dog. I don't really have an issue with cats, but then again, I rather prefer a dog. FTS? What is that FTS? I have no idea. Maybe something inappropriate for all I know. Yeah, probably. Okay, so let's see how this looks. His name is Blue because he's a mod. And please do not ask me to make you mod, because I don't give it to anyone who just asks. I give it to people who I trust. You have to earn it. I have to give it to you. Let me see. 1, 2. So let's see how that looks. So there's 1. Okay. The initial idea first. Right. A short name? What does that mean? What's a short name? Oh, that too. Yes, you have to be over 21. I forgot about that. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. I gotta go wake up my father. Oh, hold on. Give me 1 second. Hey, D. What's going on? D. Lorenzo. What's going on, bro? Let me go wake up my father. Bro, you cool. I'm good. Hold on. Okay. I'm back. Bro, you cool, bro. Mr. Mike, his name is okay. I don't mind. Yes. Oh, that's what you meant. That's my nickname. It's like what? I wasn't too sure what that meant. All right, I got you. I got you. I got you. What the hell? Okay. So that part here, and then we get this part here, which is supposed to be so here. That's kind of consistent to a degree, I think. The head's a little bit too small, though. Wait, if I make this smaller. There. Okay. Craziest part to describe this. You can stretch that down a little bit like that. That might work. Okay. I am a character designer. I make characters. And I make portfolio character designs for like video games and stuff. Or I do freelance work mainly for clients who want like a drawing or poster or whatever the hell. Or for their OC. I'm working on coloring, animation, and call it VTubing models. The only reason why I haven't been focusing a lot on the VTubing models because I'm trying to figure out how to color properly. I might have to buy this course that's like $200 and I really don't want to do that, so I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to avoid buying the course, but I think it will benefit me. I have a strong feeling. And if you're wondering what the course is from, it's from Colosso. I think some of you may know what that is. Or not. It depends. And then this is the part that comes in. About here. Swing. Let me give you an example. So, it's kind of like this. It's kind of like Skillshare, but it's specifically anime focused from Japanese artists, both Japanese and Korean artists, in the industry, and they have like, what is it? Okay, so like when you buy, let me see, when you buy it, you get these right here. Like it's hard to see, but you get these like classes here. Yeah, and I wanted to learn from Rhino Tuna, but I kind of found out that they have an English version, but at the time they didn't have that because I guess AI. So I was thinking of buying one of them for like $200, because I think they tell you exactly that the class is it's 20 hours long and you get like 15 different videos. in depth of them explaining, but you have to like read everything. So it's like a pain in the ass. But there is a dub version where it's AI, so whatever they say it will be translated in English, not only subtitles wise but voice wise, so you don't have to worry about like, you know. So I was thinking about maybe I should get that because not only is it from people from the industry, but it's technically from like literally specifically anime artists who are like professional, way professional than I am. And if I can apply that to my work, I can definitely teach that to my students. So, yeah, that's pretty much what that is. So, I was thinking about doing that because I've been trying to figure out how to color for the longest while on YouTube, and it feels like everyone has a fucking course they want to sell to you, or they want you to go on their Patreon or some crap. I did that with Sam Does Arts, and it just feels like I wasn't getting what I wanted out of it. So I was like, I don't know. I'm trying not to justify paying $200 for a. Well, you do get coupons where they take like 30, 70% off. Artex, what was the hugest donation you got? Um, I think the hugest donation I ever gotten was $200 ever. If I remember right, yeah, it was $200, but it was not really technically a donation. It's a donation, yes, but it was in trade for a commission. So, like, say you want a commission from me, but you don't know how. Say you don't want to go through like using PayPal or whatever payment method, but you know how to send donations. So the so the donation that you send will be equivalent to the commission that you want. On the menu, I'm saying. So based on the menu, if you send $200, you can pick whatever you want within the $200 range, and then I'll do a drawing for you. I'll put your name next to it and everything. I'm still not too sure because I remember when I got this one, it was on a deal. It was like what? I think it was I paid I think at the time it was on deal and it was like it was valued at like 140 or something. No, $200. It was like straight up $200. But I got like these coupons for like 70% off, like 30% off, type thing that they give you. Which let's be honest, they're not really like giving a discount. They're really valuing it to what it really is. And I got it for like I think about $80. And I was like, $80 is a lot better than 200. So I said, yeah, fuck it out. And plus, it was on a holiday like discount with the coupons on top of it, and it dropped it to like 80 something dollars. I was like, yeah, and I paid it. I'm going back to it now with the understanding what I know now when it comes to colors. So I'm seeing if I can like apply that in the long run and see if I can get something out of this. If I can't find something out of this, then I will have to look at that other course, I think. But I don't know. Like doing it manually is always a pain in the ass because it's like everything lays up to like interpretation, workflow, and just like a bunch of other variables of how you understand color and stuff. And plus, I have to teach this, so I need to teach it and digest in a way and translate in a way for normies to understand it without them buying a $200 course. So like that's gonna be difficult. All right, guys, you can see the movement. I think. Let me grab this part, make it a little smaller. Yes. You have to be, I think, like, if I have to write, it's like past 18 or so. I think the minimum's 18 or 19. If I remember right. You can't be like a teenager. I'm not teaching no teens. You gotta be like a adult. And then the way I teach is that, oh, because like I think that's best because most of the time how I teach is like this. I wish I had a class because I have, I think, a total of 6 or 7 students currently, if I remember right. And how I teach is that when they ask me, like, what's a paying student? The difference between a paying student and a free student is that a free student is like someone who watches my YouTube videos, whether if I'm on live or I post a legitimate tutorial on YouTube. A paying student is someone who has access to me. So, like, if you are a paying student, based on the tier you are on, you can ask me questions outside of the stream, and I'll answer you as fast as I can. And then you can show me whatever you want, like anatomy problem, color problem, even though I'm still working on colors, compositional problem, any type of like art related problem per se, proportions, perspective, blah blah blah, this on third. And I'll help you and I'll send you a video of me drawing it and explaining it to you on Instagram or so. Because I have a student right now who's having a trouble with drawing arms and hands, and with that is I'm teaching that person to look at it more with an analytical eye on what to look for based on shape and form. So I think he recently sent me references of what he wants me to work on to give him an explanation of how to draw the arms per se in general. So I have to send him a video on that. Yeah. Soon after the 22nd, which is the final day of me doing the swimsuit summer event, what's going to happen is that I think I'm going to start paywalling most of my work. And correct, that goes with critique and advice because I don't like giving advice for free, because what happens is I have witnessed this situation where when someone comes to my stream free and asks me, hey, I have this drawing, I want you to look at it, tell me what's wrong with it, and then when I tell them what's wrong with it, it's like, oh, that's just my style, or they'll say like, oh, you're gatekeeping. I don't know what the fuck that means, because like when it comes to art per se, which I made a video on this very thing, this very subject, the art style complex. They'll say things like, oh, I'm being mean, or I'm being too judgmental, or that's their style and they're not going to change it. Whatever the fuck that means when you just started. If you can't draw hands, you have no style. I'm just being honest with you. With anyone. For you to build on a style, you need to have understanding of the 8 fundamentals. If you don't have those 8 fundamentals down, it makes it very difficult to have a style. The funniest thing is a style is an understanding of concepts based on what you know and you applying them to your way of writing or drawing. But if you can't draw a hand, an arm, a leg, but you're good at drawing hair, that's fine. But if you can't draw a whole character and you have to put their hands behind their back or you have to hide their hands and all that shit, you don't have a style. You're lacking. You're lacking. You need to improve. So what's going to happen, if I'm going to critique you, you have to be a paying individual. The reason why I have you pay is because if you're paying, your ears will perk up, not your ego. Because you have to justify to yourself that you paid me money, and the information I give you, you're going to listen because you're paying money for this. Like if I gave you a steak for free, you can say whatever you want, but if I made you pay for said steak, you're gonna be more analytical on that steak because you paid for that shit. So you're gonna pay attention. Or if I'm paying you to eat the steak and you have to give your best X, Y, and Z. So if you pay 20, no, if you're a paying monthly subscriber, not paying, I would do that, but I think that's a little mean because that means every time you have to ask a question, you have to pay 20 something. I think that'd be kind of mean. You have to be like a monthly subscriber type thing. I'm talking about. When I say subscriber, I'm talking about paying member. I'm not saying like subscriber, like YouTube subscribe, meaning follower. We should really change that word now because the word subscriber usually means money. But most people assume. I think YouTube should really change that from subscriber to followers. But I think YouTube's too far deep with that word to just make people change that. So you have to be like a paying subscriber or so. Hey, Voidcat. So that's how that works. So like, yeah, you must know the rules to break them. That's the irony in it. For you to understand your art style and you want to break said rules, you have to understand the rules. In the words of Evolution Goku, first rules, there are no rules. Stupid ass. I can't. Your teacher's getting sick. Let's see here. Ah. I practice. Thank you. I practice every day. Since it's my side job. Oh, you see that right there? Foot is not in line. Let me see here. That foot is not in line with the floor. Okay. So, let's see what we got here. So the artist. Okay, so the artist, the animator had sword 1. This is scene 1. I think I got pretty close to what the animator had it like this. And then like pretty close by eyeballing it most likely. And then we went from this with the pull. So the arm is swooping this because the arms are swooping this way. I really don't know. I never did a lot of... Correct. Something close to that. The question was, what are the best... I'm not really sure because I never did a teaching on traditional art like that. I just got back doing traditional art and it seems like it's coming out pretty well, but all the things I learned from digital I applied to traditional all over again and it came out pretty good. I would usually would have like beginners start digitally if they want to just improve everyday type stuff if they don't worry about paper, but I would still recommend them to learn traditional for a good reason. So the arm is going this way. I try to get the sword right, but I think I made the sword a little bit too stiff. It's not really flowing a lot with... It's not bending. It should bend a little bit just to show there's some form of motion. The issue in mine is too too like it doesn't show a lot of motion unless I put some like motion lines, but I feel like that's kind of lazy because what the artist did, or at least the animator did, you can see this initial curve here. It's not straightened, it's curving here. You see that? And because it's curving, it's actually touching the floor. And you can see because it touches the floor, there's a sense of like contact. He put a little darkness. That was not on accident, that was on purpose. To give a sense of that the sword is much bigger, I think, than the character. Just enough, or at least taller enough than the character itself, but enough to hit the floor but still graze off the floor. And that's like what this is frame 1, 2, 3, which is over here. Let me see. Initially, like that. So, almost there. We was pretty close, guys. Look at that. We was pretty close. Initially. Still, the foot is kind of fecked. You can see it looks kind of like it's going upwards and the heel's kind of like growing out of itself. You need to fix that. The foreshortening is pretty decent. I would probably turn the feet a little bit more with that foreshortening this way. Make this open heel. Yeah, just a little bit, because that's what they did. So I was like, it gives a bit of a emotion. I think this is the most motion this one is. This pose specifically, compared to this one. I think the one with the best motion is frame 3 and 1, and then I think 2, and then I think frame 3, 1, and 2. 4 is alright, but it's more stiff. And this feels like more of an in-between than it is a motion, like key motion. Because, like, this is the initial... Alright, you can send to me. I'll probably have to read it. I'm gonna feel weird reading a book about animation, but I'll look at it. Now, initially, the problem with this, what gave me the most hardest time, wasn't even the butt or the leg too much, even though it's a little too downward and it feels a little bit too meh. I think the issue with this one was that it was initially the stomach. Something about the stomach felt more natural here than mine, and then the upper part of the arm to the back felt more natural here, but mine felt more forced and weirdly placed. I think it's just based on the horizon. I should have just tried and melt this shoulder right about here at the apex part, of the at the very tip of that part. And then I try to give it a frame, but it feels kind of, or a schmear frame, or schmear movement. It just feels kind of awkward, so I may have to take that out. But it feels less awkward if I don't, more awkward if I don't have it. So it just feels weird. It's a weird thing. Now, we're supposed to get to... Okay, 4, and then I think this is the last one. 5. We need to get to this point. This one might be the easiest one because it's very focused more on the sword than it is on the character. So I don't have to worry about the lower half, but the problem is the consistency. This is why we're even doing this. It's trying to keep the consistency of the characters, like, not morphing. If you get what I'm saying. Like, they're not morphing, or they're getting too small or too big, or the lines are like shrinking or doing a lot of edgy type movement. And that's hard enough because they do that on purpose. So we wanted to keep the lines consistent as hell. See, the point of all this is that I'm trying to understand animation for several things. Number one, I know most of you said you want me to start doing a one-shot manga, which is still scary to me to do. But if I understand animation, that kills a lot of birds in one stone. So number one, I'll teach me movement so that when we're doing the frames for the manga or whatever one shot I'm going to do, one, the movements are on par. Two, composition is very key because if you don't got composition alongside those movements, you're gonna have something boring still. So composition and movement is very important, and consistency. Those are the three things. If we can get those three things working, because remember, we're not making animation in the manga. Manga is just still frames. But if you can make that into a practice and apply that to the manga, we got nothing really to worry about at that point. So it's killing three birds with one stone. So if we learn the animation, making manga one shots are not going to be that hard, or at least doing the panels, because we're so good at doing composition and movement and consistency, we have no issue. And keeping it consistent. I'm trying to do this in a way that if I was doing it for a fighting game, so like how in like Guilty Gear, everything's like frame by frame by frame. That's what we're trying to do. Kind of like what Disney do with the flapping, like old school Disney animators. They'll do that thing when they flap back and forth with the what do you call it, with the paper to see the movement. That's the point of this. That's literally the point. So the point is just to improve on consistency, movement, and composition. And coloring is technically the last thing, but that's actually my main thing I want to focus on. Because most of the coloring can uplift most of the drawing, especially if your line work is pretty good. Oh my god, you can get a lot. We can get away for a lot with that. Now, just to be clear, majority of all this focus on the idea of movement and gesture. So I would literally focus on the gesture like this. So like the character is moving this way, move this way, and then this, and then now most cases, most movements is S curve or C curves. So S curve would be like this. A C curve would be like this. C curves are like this. S curves are like this. Or more likely like this and like this. But given it's going to be elongated on a character, it's more stretched out like this. Oops. Like this. And C curves are more like this. So keep that in mind. These are very important so you can keep your drawings looking very interesting as much as possible so you don't end up having something stiff. I think it makes more sense to draw something that has some I think it makes more sense to have a drawing that looks interesting than accurate right now for most beginners. You can always worry about accuracy later, but interesting is more important. Hello. So yeah. So our next frame, which we'll do later on today probably, will be number 5, and we'll get to number 6. 5 and 6. I think that's very important. So, just to be clear, we're doing well. Hope you're doing well. So we did number 1, which was pretty close. Then we got to number 2. Oof. Sword going like that. And then we got what's up, Grave? Yeah. And then we got number 3. Right. Well, thank you. Thank you for subbing. I appreciate it. And then we got the last one, number 4. For right now. I'll be back later on today to do number 5, and then we'll go play. I think that we're going to do number 5. I try to stream as much as possible. Please send it to me. I would love to see it. because I think if I really start practicing this, it will make my job a lot easier. Still, it looks okay. My drawing looks okay compared to the reference, but the issue is this. It's two things. I think the legs are too high, but I try to stay consistent to my drawing compared to this. But like, I think the legs are a little too longish here, and this part here is like here, here, and stomach. Like the stomach's all right, but it feels too straight. It needs to be more tilted, like just a slight tilt like this. Like it's like this, but we need to just tilt it like about this. It'll give it more of a natural feel into the gesture itself. So that's something to keep in mind 9 times out of 10. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. It doesn't need to be perfect, but we need to be as perfect as possible. That's the initial idea. And keep the consistency in check. Because this is for practice making perfect. You'll never get it 100%, but if you get as close as 100%, you'll be better off anyway. That's how I usually tell most of my students. Okay, we got that for the thumbnail. And then we'll get it for the next thumbnail. Just in case. Because as a professional, I have to give my very best, even when I'm doing my practice. Because you'll never know who's watching. It may be a producer, maybe someone who's looking for work for like their manga, their video game. You just never know who's watching you. So like, and that builds opportunities. And you have to put your best foot forward. If you don't do that, then you'll never know what you're capable of or what opportunities might come your way. Like that. And then last but not least, we'll get this one over here. I'm just doing this for the thumbnail, guys, so if you're wondering why I'm redoing this over again, I'm just trying to get the thumbnail for TikTok. Yep. Let me see this back. Oh, wait, I just realized it's not being seen on... Hold on. There. Fuck. I did not even realize it. There we go. Like that for Instagram. Wait for like 30 seconds. I just want the thumbnail so it looks good for Instagram. Like that. You'd be surprised how many people watch my work and be like, oh, I've been watching you for so long. I'm working on this game. Flip a clip. Try to use flip a clip, but I don't know why I didn't bother not to use it. I use Rough Animator right now, and I just figured out how to zoom on that, so try to put that there. Oop. There you go. Trying to get this right for the Instagram thumbnail. Because if the thumbnail looks good, people will most likely click it and watch the video and learn something about there. Alright. And then go here. Most likely the picture that's going to get the most is this one. This one, I know for a fact people are going to click on this one because they see the butt, so they're going to think, oh, is it NSFW? And then, oh no, this is a lesson. I get to learn something. That's what you call a bait and switch. At first they think it's some degenerate shit, and then they walk in and they go, oh no, this is a lesson. I learned something today. Huh. Didn't think ass will ever get me into a room. And I actually drew, if you look closely at my drawing, compared to, okay, let me see, compared to the drawing next to it, I try to draw it more natural, like realistic. This is more stylized, you can tell. Right? It works every time. It works every freaking time. So like if you look closely at the drawing here, if you look closely, the anatomy here is more natural looking because I drew it more realistically. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mikey. The thing is about the smear frame thing and impact frames. The problem I have with impact frames for beginners, they overuse it. They use it over. They use impact frames over, like overuse it, and it loses its like its its importance. You know, that's the problem with impact frames when overused by beginners or people who figure out how to use them. They use them too much, and it just becomes overused. Right here. Okay. Let's get that here too. Number 4. Oh, Instagram. I'm sorry, Instagram. Do that right. There we go. I get Instagram right there. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Bam. There we go. There we go. All right. So thank you. So like I'm gonna be on a little bit later. I'm gonna get some shut eye, guys. I only stood up because my dad needed me to wake him up so he can go get the new car he's trying to buy. Yeah, everyone's seen One Piece. Watch One Piece. But yeah, I'm gonna jump out of here, guys. I'm gonna get some sleep, wake up later, and then get back on stream and do the. We're gonna do frame 5. We're gonna do frame 5 next time, and then work our way down from 9, 10, 11, or maybe we'll just start from 5 to 6, and that's it, and then put it in rough animator and see where that goes. We'll see, and then we'll see how what we learn from it, and then apply it based on what the animator had. All right. With that said, Larry, guys, thank you so much for watching on YouTube. You guys are amazing. I'll see you guys in a couple hours or so when I get some sleep, and then I'll back on later. All right, and then we'll play Hollow Knight as well. So we gotta finish that. All right, later, guys. Bye, Lyra. Bye, Hyper. Bye, Mike. Who else was in here? Grave. And everyone else. All right, laters.